Hi everyone, happy Saturday. Welcome to Hedgehog Hollow. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. So, what do we have for you this week? Well, I have the new Foil Quill from We Are Memory Keepers. So I thought we could play with that because I know lots of you saw it at Creativation. You had tons of questions. We will have 2 pre-recorded videos coming up this week. We'll have a beginner's introduction of getting started, and I'll be using the ScanNCut and the Cricut Maker and how to use it in both of those. And then we'll have a more advanced video on using it on things like leather and other surfaces, so they'll be coming up. But today I thought we could play with it. You can ask questions if you have one. If you want to know more about it, you can ask me questions. And I have my Cricut Maker set up on the table. Plus I have some updates of Hedgehog Hollow, things that have gone on this week, things you might have missed, things that will be coming up this week as well. And we are going to try and make this a regular thing on a Saturday, that we go live, tell you what's been going on during the week, things that have been coming up, things that are going on at Hedgehog Hollow, all those kinds of things. It won't necessarily be a set time, but we'll try to keep it on a Saturday. It might occasionally slip to a Sunday. It just kind of depends what's going on around the house and things like that. But we are going to try and go live on Hedgehog Hollow's YouTube every single weekend, ideally on a Saturday. But so many of you joining us. It's great to see you, all your smiling faces here. So we have
That's my line.
See what I have to put up with. Susan and Suzette, lots of our members joining us. So if your name is green or you see green names, they are our Hedgehog Hollow members. And I'll tell you a bit more about that in a second. But we've got Susan and Suzette and Mary and Denise and Dee is here. I know she's switching accounts, so her name goes green. And Jeannie, Mary, Megan, Jenny is here. Carrie, Karen, Gail. I'm not sure if that's another Karen as well. Therese, I saw someone was here from England too. Dee was asking how you get the emojis. You do colon and then is happy, celebrate, love, and hello. And then you do colon again. And sometimes they pop up automatically. Sometimes you have to do the whole thing. So if you are not a Hedgehog Hollow member, there are tons of reasons to join. We did do a live all about it last weekend. So there are lots and lots of benefits to join. You get 10% off at tons of different stores. I did bring up the list because I knew somebody would ask me. There's 10% off at Elizabeth Craft, or $5 off any order, or €5 off an order if you're in Europe. We have LDRS have discounts. You get 10% off at the Hedgehog Hollow store. Plus, we have a sale going on of 25% off all of our previous boxes. There are only 4 months left, but you also get that additional 10%. You've got 15% off at Art Impressions, 10% off at Tonic at the moment. You've got 15% off at Sunny Studios, 10% off at Ranger. I'm going to tell you a very special reason why you might want to be using that one. 10% off at Pinkermain, $5 off 25 at Thermoweb, plus free shipping over at Thermoweb if you spend $50, and you can stack both of those together. So you can get $5 off and free shipping off a larger order. So I think it's super cool. You get a birthday card from us, you get behind the scenes content, you get early access to content, and ultimately it's $4.99 a month, so it's the cost of a Starbucks coffee, and it really helps support Hedgehog Hollow. It means that Greg can buy fantastic lenses so he can do awesome things with these videos. It helps us produce tons of video content for you. So it's just a support to the Hedgehog Hollow. You also get some fun badges and emojis and access to all of those kinds of things as well. You can see everyone using their emojis. Aren't they super cute? We are adding more. We've been asking in our members group what you'd like to see. Lots and lots of you joining us. So I was mentioning that Ranger discount. So yesterday, Tim announced there is going to be 12 new colors of our Distress Oxide sprays. So you may remember back at Creativation, he launched Distress Oxide sprays, and we had 12 colors. I'm looking at my shelf with what we got. We got picked raspberry, and we got spiced marmalade, and we got cracked pistachio, which is my favorite, and we got wilted violet, and we got some other colors mixed in there. Well, yesterday he announced 12 more. So they were shipping to stores, I think in like kind of next couple of weeks, but you can order them on the Ranger website already. I've ordered mine. But if you are a Hedgehog Hollow member, you can get 10% off of that. So if you order the whole lot, I think there's $70 something, or you can order them individually. But if you're a Hedgehog Hollow member, you get 10% off at the Ranger store. And then you also qualify for free shipping if your order's over $50. So you can save $7 off and get free shipping as a Hedgehog Hollow member. So it already saves you more than that $4.99 that you pay to be a member. So there's an amazing reason, and you'll get them before anyone else because you've ordered them direct from Ranger and they're shipping them now. My order, I placed it yesterday and it's already shipped. So that was super cool. So there's a really great reason to join. If you want to join, then all you have to do is hit that join button next to the subscribe button underneath the video, or I've left a link in the video description. I'm also going to copy and paste it into the chat because it is something new to YouTube. Mary's just become a member. Welcome, Mary. So you now have access to all of the member posts. We also have a Facebook group where you can join in there too. And then if you ever have some ideas and things of things you like in our membership, you can also let us know those in the Facebook group. So tons and tons of fun things going on. What else has been going on this week? Well, last week I showed you the Tonic card making collection. There are a few of these left. They have sold like hotcakes. I mean, can't believe how many we've sold already. So there are a few of these left. It's an amazing value. There's $70 worth of Tonic products. There's papers, there's embossing folders, there's stamps, there's dies. Tons and tons of stuff in here. There is a video on the Hedgehog Hollow channel. You can go and check that out. I think it was last Saturday's live, was it, Greg? Or was it last Sunday's live? I can't remember. Last weekend's live, if you go and check that out. Oh, 2 more members. So we have Linda in DFW. Welcome, Linda. And Caden Doppelmayr. I hope I say your names right. I'm so sorry. I hate having to say names, but I hope I get them right. Don't forget to also sign up for your Hedgehog Hollow birthday card. We're going to start sending those out. I'm super excited to be sending those out to you. So lots and lots of that. So there's some questions. I'll come back to your questions in just a second too. So Tonic card making collection, again, links in the video description. I've added a UK link because lots of you asked me, where do I get this in the UK? So there is a craft stash link there for you, and I've added the US link too. So there's links to both of where you can get these, and I'm on the front cover. So it's my favorite magazine. Greg's going to have one framed for me. Isn't that cool? I thought that was really cool. He's going to get one framed. And the fun thing about our house is if you get an award or you get something cool, so like Greg's degree certificates, his award for young scientist, all those things in this house, they get put in the half bath, the downstairs toilet. That's where all the awards go in this house. So Maddie's certificates, they're all there. That's where they get put when you get your awards. So just a fun anecdote for this house. So how do you get notifications about new videos and other perks? So a couple of ways you can get them. If you are a member, if you go to youtube.com/hedgehoghollow to that member homepage, you'll see it says home, videos, I'm trying to think all the titles it gets. Let me bring it up on my screen. It says home, videos, playlist, community membership. Hit the membership tab and then you can click see posts, and then they're all listed there for you. You can also sign up for email notifications and then you'll get them through your email, whatever email is linked to your YouTube. And then the other option you have is if you go over to Facebook, you can search Hedgehog Hollow YouTube members or channel members, Hedgehog Hollow channel members. And if you click to join, there are 3 questions. Please answer those 3 questions. It helps us approve you much faster because then I can just check your YouTube username against our member list, and then you can see everything in there too, because we know that that makes life so much easier too. You can do that as well. Jenny, also I did in those same, if you go youtube.com/hedgehoghollow and then membership, see all posts, again, you can check there. There is a link to the Facebook group. So I've popped it in there for you as well. And I will regularly just keep adding it in there so it's easy for you to find. And also your coupon codes are in that same post. And if you're in the Facebook group, they're also pinned to the top as an announcement, as is how to get your birthday card, because there's a Google form that Greg created. And if you think that we've missed any information off of that, let Greg know and he can update it, because that's his job. So that's on there too. So welcome to all of our members. So that's on there too. And Jeannie says, can I contact you directly to order the Tonic die box? I had issues last week. So if you ever need to get in touch with Hedgehog Hollow, just email support@thehedgehoghollow.com. We try to reply to all emails within 2 working days. We do our very, very best to do better than that, but that's our aim, is to always reply within 2 working days. So email support@thehedgehoghollow.com, or you can do a contact us on the website and we will get back to you. We'll do our very best to get back to you within 2 working days. And usually we do better than that, but that's our aim. So the other thing that came out this week that's now available and I know lots of you are excited about is the Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station. Again, we did a live earlier in the week. I think it might have been Monday. It's been a very weird week. I feel like it's been all over the place. I lost 2 days out of my week this week for various things. But we did a live on this. This is awesome. If you saw that live, you'll know all about my little screw holes in the top and the fact I didn't know what the screws did. But this thing is awesome. It's magnetic. It's heat stable. It has these awesome magnets to hold your stencils down. It holds your projects down. Has a magnetic centering ruler on it. Again, I did put some links in the video description. It's now available at more stores. It's available at Ranger. You can use your Hedgehog Hollow member discount. It's also available at Hudson. So again, you can use your member discount on that. And you can get 10% off of it. It's only $20 to start with. It's $19.99. But again, you can save your $20. Or if you wanted to order this and your Distress Oxide sprays, you'd be more than into the free shipping. And then you would save your 10% on top of that. Isn't that cool? Plus, at Ranger, you can get loyalty discounts. So you get points and then you get free stuff at Ranger. We all like free stuff. So you can earn free ink pads, free bags, free aprons. I'm trying to think what else I've had for free, but all sorts of free stuff I've earned through the Ranger loyalty thing. So it's well worth shopping with these companies. They really do reward you for shopping with them. But this is super cool. You can check out the live if you want to know more about it and how to use it and all that kind of stuff. But this is super cool. It's available. Links in the video description. If you use those links, we love you so much. Thank you. Greg really appreciates it because it means he gets a new lens. And then you can do all sorts of cool stuff in your videos.
Well, we're also trying to do the new studio.
Oh, yes. And we have a new studio work in progress. So I know you get to see this studio on film all the time, but actually, and everyone's always like, oh my God, you have the most amazing craft room. But this room is actually really small. So we do a lot in a really small space. People are like, you have this huge studio and you do all this stuff. This room is really tiny. If I do this, that's pretty much it. I can touch each side. So this is it. So it's not a big room. We do a lot in a small space. So we're trying to convert part of our basement into an extra studio so we can do some more things and all those kinds of fun things for you as well. So trying to do that. So Dr. Greg, not seeing the link for the magazine. The link is there. If you scroll down into the video description, it's called, it's under supplies. Oh, it's disappeared. It was there. Okay, I will update these. I can't update it while I'm live, but it's over there, Greg. If you look on the...
What's up?
If you go into YouTube over there, for some reason it's deleted all the video description I put in. But I'm going to update that afterwards for you. So do that. Lots of people saying they've already ordered things. Someone's saying they need to be destashing because they're moving. Yeah, Greg tried to get me to do that when we moved. That didn't happen. There was no destashing going on. So on there as well. So let's get started. Oh, one more thing we've been doing this week. Can you see that all the supplies are in there, Greg?
It's got a big description.
Can you copy and paste the link to scrapbook.com for the magazine for D? Oh, we can't because it's a Mac. It's Command C and then Command V.
Yeah, it's all just one big mess now.
Greg's not good with Macs. He doesn't do Macs. He doesn't do Macs. But it was there when I tried to...
what am I looking for?
The top. So we see where it says supplies in the description.
Go on.
Okay. I'm just going to keep going. So the other thing is, Sarah and I this week started to do paint night with Plaid. So if you don't know about this, once a month Plaid do a Facebook Live paint night. It's really cool. You can pre-purchase supplies or you can purchase afterwards and then you paint along for an hour with them. And at the end, you have a painting. Now, trust me, I have zero artistic ability. I can just about paint a stick man. Maddie's an amazing artist. I am not. Even Tilly can draw. Not me. So Sarah works with me during the week, decided to sit down and we decided to do Pad's paint night. Pad sent me the stuff to do it because I said, I really want to give this a go. You may have seen last year I tried it out with the Martha Stewart watercolor acrylics. So we're halfway through because we do have 2 children in the house. So there's no way I can sit down for an hour and just paint. But I thought I would show our work in progress and then next week I'll show you our finished pieces. But this is what it looks like. So we have started, I'm going to see, yeah, you can see those. So these are work in progresses. But what's really cool is we haven't used a paintbrush. We've been painting with spatulas. So it's super cool. And there you are, he's done it for you.
Oh,
So.
I hate Mac. Everything on a Mac is just harder than it is on a computer.
I love my Mac. But yes, so this is our work in progress. This is Sarah's at the bottom and mine at the top. So I will show you our finished plaid paint night. And then I will post when the next plaid paint night is for next month. Because it's really good fun to do. And trust me, you don't have to have artistic ability to come out with something really fun. So I'm just going to catch up with this. And then we're going to launch into the Foil Quill. So everyone's got that on there. Okay, so Dee's very happy that she got her link. So.
You're welcome, Dee.
So let's launch into the Foil Quill. So if you don't know much about the Foil Quill, the idea is, if you remember before Christmas, I did a review between the Spellbinder's Foil Glimmer Plate and the Crafter's Companion Hot Foil, whatever their version's called. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. But I did the reviews between those. And the idea is you do that with dies. Well, this idea is that you have a tool that looks like this. And you can put it inside of your Cricut. You can put it inside your ScanNCut. You can put it inside your Silhouette machine. You can put it inside your Sizzix Eclipse. Now, you may think, what's a Sizzix Eclipse? So Sizzix do an electronic die casting machine. It's not very well known. It's not very well used. I don't know that I know anyone who actually has one. But I do like the idea that they have thought of all of kind of the large mass-produced die cutting electronic machines, and the idea is you can use this foil quill in any of those. So you can get 3 different nibs on your foil quill. So American Crafts sent me the pink one, which is the fine tip. You can also get a medium and a bold tip. So it comes in 3 different tips, and you can either buy all 3 together or you can buy them individually. If you check the links in the video description, which by the time I finish live, I will update for you, because I did have them there and Grace can see that they were there, but for some reason when we went live, they deleted them. I will add them again back in, but you can get all 3 different tips and I'll add all those back in again for you. But these are the different options available to you, and you can buy all 3 together or you can buy them separately. So American Crafts sent me one. I loved this idea so much, I ended up going and buying all of them. But I like the idea, as I say, that you can use them in any machine. And when you buy them, it comes with 4 different adapters like this. Greg, you're actually going to have to now move around.
Sorry, I'm busy messaging people.
So it comes with 4 different adapters. So this is what you get in your package. And then you also get one of these, and I'll show you what this does in a second. So your different adapters, you get a little instruction manual here, and your adapters work as so. So this is your adapters, and you can see they're all labeled with letter of the alphabet, and actually they're pretty easy to work out. So your A is your Silhouette, your B is your Brother, so that's pretty self-explanatory, your C is your Cricut, and then your D is your Sizzix. So I'm never going to need a D. I do not like the Sizzix Cameo. I did do a video again before, I think it was maybe a month or so ago, and I went through the different choices of electronic cutting machines. I didn't go over the Sizzix Eclipse because in my opinion it's not really kind of a mainstream cutting machine. I don't think many people probably have one. There may be a few of you who have one. I think the main ones are the Cricut Maker, which I have mine here. The ScanNCut, which you all know I love for cutting out my stamps and dies. And then there's the Silhouette Cameo. Now, I had a Silhouette Cameo too, and it was fantastic. The only thing I would ever say about the Silhouette Cameo is they released their software too early. You never kind of ever upgrade to the latest version. You're always like 3 or 4 versions behind, because they seem to release things way too early and it's very buggy. Then I bought a Silhouette Cameo 3. Now I never could get the wireless to work very well, the Bluetooth wasn't great, and I ended up giving away my Silhouette Cameo 3. I just wasn't very happy with it. I would never recommend something to you that I wasn't happy with. My 2 favourite machines are my Cricut Maker and my Brother ScanNCut. And in my opinion, they do very different things. Now you can cut SVG files with your Brother ScanNCut, and it does a great job of them. It has the online canvas, it's all wireless, it is great, all of those things. And of course, I love the fact I do not have to buy dies for my stamps. That saves me so much money, which I think is fantastic. And then my Cricut Maker, I can cut chipboard, I can cut leather. It has my rotary blade, it has a deep cut blade, it has so many great things about it. So I think those 2 machines are the leaders. No question, in my opinion. But again, it's just my opinion. You may prefer a Silhouette Cameo, you may get on with it great. And I always say craft tools are totally personal things. But we're going to work with the fine tip blade. Now you have a couple of options. It comes with a USB port, so you can pop it into the USB port on your machine and heat it up. Or I like using just an external USB drive. I find that's the easiest way to go. And this is my favorite little USB drive. I bought this for Creativation because it's pretty. It has a really high capacity. It also tells me how much charge is left in it. And I did add it to the supply list, which I had made before the video. And you know it's on once this little light comes on. And then what I have is a little bowl. You can use a little heat resistant mat, silicone mat, whatever works for you. I just pop it in this bowl. It needs about 5 minutes to heat up. So whilst we're getting everything ready, I'm just going to stand it over there and let it heat up. So that's that part. And we're going to be using our Cricut. So we're going to use part number C. And whilst it's cool, I'm also going to screw that on. So let's do that to the side. Now the other thing you can get are USB drives that contain tons and tons of images. We Are Memory Keepers sent me a couple. They sent me a Heidi Swap one and they sent me a Snowflake one. I did actually use them on some test pieces. I ended up doing a bunny, which you'll see in the beginner video. This is the bunny, and Maddie ended up stealing this one, but we did do a little emoji face. I don't know if Greg can pan down on here, but this is kind of what they end up looking like afterwards. And if I pull this one up, this was how my bunny came out. So this is what you end up with afterwards. Super, super easy here, like this. So this is what it looks like. And then this is the one that I did using a Cricut pattern. So you really can take any pattern you like and you can emboss it on there using the foil. And it kind of presses it in too, which is really nice. As I say, you've got options of 3 different nibs, which again, really, really nice. And you can do it on any cardstock, you can do it on leather, you can do it on everything. So really, really flexible. Love all of those things. Foil-wise, you have lots of options again. So you can buy mix packs like this. This one has gold, copper, like a rosy gold, a pink and a silver. This one has lots of colored foils in it. Or you can get big rolls like these here. So again, lots and lots of options. Love having lots of options. Now this is a heat activated foil. So this is similar to the foils you're going to use in your Spellbinders Glimmer machine, in all of those kinds of things too. So that's what you're going to be using for this. I'm going to go and I'm going to be using, let's go and use this. They do sell special tapes like this one here. You're fine, Greg. I'm just going to talk like this. You're good. You keep replying to comments and tell me if I need to reply.
All right,
if there are any questions. So you can get the special foil quill tape. You don't necessarily have to. You could just use regular washi tape, masking tape, all those things. I did just buy the special tape, but there is nothing especially special about it, if that's a real word. But I just like the pretty patterns on it, so I decided to buy it. So I'm just going to open this up. Maybe I'll need a pair of scissors. There we go. So we're just going to open these up. But basically it's just rolls of washi tape. So again, I have got all the links ready in a supply list, and as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to open it up. So I'm going to turn my Cricut Maker on, and I'm going to open up my Cricut software. I like, I did in the beginner video that I'm going to upload in a couple of days, I used, sorry, I'm trying to multitask and that's a little bit harder to talk and read what it's telling me. I did use the ScanNCut and I used the Cricut Maker. So you'll be able to see me using both of those and how that kind of works together. So super simple. And it really does work. I used it straight out the box. I didn't do any practice. So you really get to see me kind of just working through it, making sure it works, and making sure there are no kind of issues or how simple it is. And it really was easy. Greg will tell you, I literally took it out the box, plugged it in, off I went. It was super simple. So all of that stuff, really, really easy to work with. Now I should say that by using it in your Cricut, and I'm going to assume the ScanNCut and everything's the same, it does void your warranty. But I'm going to preface something with that. Cricut give you a 1-year warranty. I've had my machine for over 2 years, so I don't have a warranty anyway. Because it's a third-party accessory. If you use any of those pen adapters in your Cricut, you also void your warranty. If you use any non-Cricut accessory, you void your warranty. So I'm sure by now I have voided my warranty 1,000,000 times over by trying all sorts of things, but I should tell you that. So that's your choice. But I don't have a warranty on my Cricut. My Cricut, I bought this, nearly 2 years ago now. So I don't have a warranty on my Cricut, but I should tell you that. Do I have any comments, Greg, that I need to, or questions?
How often do the blades wear out?
On
both machines.
So the Cricut blade, you can actually just on the Cricut piece, you can replace the blade itself. So this is your kind of regular Cricut blade. You can just replace this little piece here. And again, it depends on how many cuts you do. I use my Cricut, I'd say semi-regularly, and I maybe replace it every 6 months. The ScanNCut I use more, and I maybe replace that every 4 to 6 months. So I maybe replace that 3 times a year. So not very often. Again, it depends how often you use it, what materials you're cutting, all those kinds of things. But they're super easy to change, and they're really, nowadays it's much easier to change because you can just buy the blade pieces. You don't have to buy all the housings and things. Same with the ScanNCut, you can just buy the inner blade pieces. So it's super simple. Really, really easy. The other thing I'm going to tell you about is with the Cricut, inside this piece of the holder, which is where your foil quill is going to go, it's going to go in this side in A, there is a piece under here that you have to take out, this piece. So this is actually inside of here normally, because that's where you put your pen in. What you have to do is you just kind of unclip this, and then this piece comes out, and that's how your foil quill is going to clip in there. There are plenty of instructions on how to do it online. They say just give it force and it'll pop out the bottom. It doesn't. What I actually had to do was, if you hold this lever back, this will open, and that's a much safer way, and I felt like I wasn't going to break my machine by doing that. So I'm going to add a new project to my Cricut, which is really easy, and I'm going to add I wonder if I could do Hedgehog Hollow, because I do have Hedgehog Hollow images in here. Now, how do I have my Hedgehog Hollow? Can't remember how I do this. Let's close that down. Shapes, no. Text, no. Upload. Select. There we go. Oh look, I can foil Hedgehog Hollow. Let's do that. Okay, so we are going to foil the Hedgehog Hollow logo. Image name, HH logo. So the other thing with Cricut is, yes, you can purchase their designs, you can use their free designs of the week, you can do all of those things, insert, or you can do your own. So I'm going to tap this, I'm going to resize. So on the beginner video that I'm going to do, you will find that I have done a screen record so you can see how I do this process to make it easy for you. But on this one, I'm just going to go ahead and do it.
Where exactly are the discount codes for members? Where do they get them?
So you can either get them in that membership tab, and they're in the posts. If you scroll down, they're below the Stone Drops launch. Or if you go to the Facebook group, they're pinned in the announcements. So they're in both places. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Excuse me. So I don't know if Greg's going to be able to see this. Oh, you can just about. So here I have my Hedgehog Hollow logo. So that's what we're going to do in a second. So I'm going to go back to my canvas. So at the same time, I'm going to Actions, Edit. No, that's not what I want to do either. See, this is what happens when you, keep previous. Okay. So this is what happens when you decide to do things live as opposed to do things pre-recorded, but it's fine. We're all good. Select accessory. The one thing I like about the Cricut is everything is wireless, and I have to say I've never had an issue trying to connect to my Cricut, trying to cut anything, trying to draw anything. Of course, today it's probably going to not work on me because we're doing this. But one thing I will say is, in general, I'm going to go back to my canvas because I want to draw this rather than anything else. Any other questions, Greg?
Not really.
I am trying to remember how you change this to... Okay, so I want to write it with this, which is done. This. This. Make it. Replace. I remembered. I think this would be a good tutorial, how you convert something from a cut file to a draw file. But we're going to draw the outline and then foil the Hedgehog Hollow logo. So, Cricut Maker warranty is for a year, limited warranty, not worried. Yeah, so I wasn't worried about voiding my warranty either, but some people would be worried about voiding their warranty. So I just wanted to let you know that technically by using a Foil Quill, you are voiding your warranty. But, I mean, if any of us use any of those things in our machine, then technically we've voided our warranty. So how do we get set up ready to go? So you're going to take your Foil Quill and you're going to pop it in your port A with your adapter in. And this is what this little metal piece is for. I need some scissors, Greg. Thank you. So this little metal piece is to stop you burning anything under here. So what you do is you just kind of slide that under there whilst you're waiting. So whilst you're getting yourself set up. And then what I do is I take my little battery bank and I just pop it over to the side here. And that just keeps my cable out of the way. And that's why I like plugging it into one of these, because I can keep my cable wherever I want it, rather than using the USB port in the Cricut. And it does have a USB port in it that you could power off of, absolutely. Again, personal preference, whichever you prefer. Then I'm going to pick a piece of cardstock. And you use the appropriate mat. So you can foil onto paper, you can foil onto fabric, you can foil onto your leather, anything you want. Now you'll see there's a piece of foil on here. This is where I made a mistake because I ended up putting my foil on there by mistake. And you're going to want to make sure that you put your paper wherever you've got it onto here. So my image is up here. Whoop. So my image is in that top corner. Now you can use the snap mat feature on here. I'm not using that, so I want to make sure that my cardstock is going to be in the right place. So I'm going to put it up here. And I'm using some Hero Arts Hero Hues cardstock. And I'm going to use a piece of the gold foil out of this pack. So again, you can use whichever foils you want. But I'm going to use a piece of the gold. Just like this. And one thing you want to do is stick down your foil. So how did I find? I found a couple of little tricks for sticking down my foil. And for that, I will show you. So when you don't have an extra pair of hands, e.g. a Greg to do it with you, you can do it like this.
Do you have a video discussing the difference between the Cricut and the ScanNCut?
I do. If you look on the channel, I did a video about which is the best electronic cutting machine for you. I talked about the Cricut, the Silhouette, and the ScanNCut. I did discount the Silhouette just because personally I don't think it's a very good machine. I think they have released things too early and I don't think they've got the technology down well enough. That was my personal opinion. But yes, I think we're about to be asked for some money too, because there's an ice cream van just turned up in the street. So I have a feeling we have an 11-year-old who's about to run in and ask for some money. Don't you?
Possibly.
So you may just get a Maddie run in. So one thing I like to do with this, and this is how I get my foil taut. So what I do is I put my tape down and I pull on one side like this. So I put one side down.
There's a lot of discussion about the warranties.
Mm-hmm.
One question, if you used one of these machines and your machine broke, how would Cricut ever know that you used it?
They wouldn't. They just say that your warranty is technically void if you use it.
If you did contact Cricut with a broken machine and just say it broke.
The other thing is, and American Crafts make this point, is there is nothing actually that interferes with your machine. This is just like putting a pen in your machine. There is nothing here that physically connects with your machine. There's nothing that connects with the hardware. I'm not plugging this into my machine. This isn't doing anything to my machine. So this would not break my machine.
So the machine has no idea that it has anything other than a pen in it.
Correct.
And if it, even after that, if it did somehow break, how would Cricut know that you used it? Anyway.
They don't. So, anyway, I mean, with mine, obviously I've done a video, so they know I've used it, and I could never deny that. But if you're a user at home, anyway, it's a... I'm not going to answer that, but I'm going to... Anyway, so I have this down on here, and what I do is I put tape on one side, and then when I put my second piece of tape down, I kind of just pull as I put the next piece of tape down, and it just gives me a little bit of tension, and that just gives me that nice pull on here. So there you go. Apparently they said plugging into the USB on the machine is the issue. So I plug into a memory battery bank like this. Again, I'm going to link this particular one down there. This is a really good one because it gives me how much I have left in here. I can charge my phone 4 to 5 times in here. Fits in my handbag really nicely. It's really pretty. It ticks all of my boxes. It's pink. It gives me the countdown. It has all sorts of different outlets on here, and it's a really high capacity one. So I do have it linked in the description that didn't load up, but I will add it as soon as this is done too.
So if plugging the USB into the machine's own USB port is the problem, perhaps you haven't actually voided the warranty if you use a battery.
Perhaps.
I don't know.
I don't
You have to
know.
actually read the warranty card to answer that.
But my warranty is expired anyway because my thing is done. So anyway, I am ready to go. So this is telling me it's ready for me to load in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my little metal piece here. And what I'm going to do is press the flashing button. So the Cricut will always tell you what to do next because what you want to do next is the flashy bit. Okay, so now it's ready to go. So we're going to press that flashing C. So does that machine work with all iPads? Yes, it does. I just have the big one because I do design and things on this one. It says the heat source is very close to parts of the machine. If you actually, I can touch this with my finger. It's not very hot at all. Someone said they had to know it would be pink. Yes, of course it's going to be pink. And then someone was really wanting to know how the quill works. And someone said my battery bank is very cute. Yeah, Greg tried to get me a black one. That wasn't going to happen. So I had to find a pink one that had a high capacity. Trust me, it took me a lot of Amazoning. But eventually I found one. And this is super quick too. I'm really impressed at how quickly this goes. And of course you can get different nibs as well. So that's the best bit. So we're just going to wait for this to go. Obviously, the more detailed your machine is, the longer it takes. You do lose some opposed using. You do lose a few features, but overall, you can pretty much do. I've never found that I can't do anything I want to do. It might take me a few extra clicks, or I might have to do something slightly differently by my washi tape falling on the floor. I might have to do things slightly differently because I'm doing it on the iPad, but I love this connectivity. I love the fact it has a little ridge in the top here so I can stand my iPad in here. I think it's actually just really well designed overall. I think it's a really neat idea. And you also have a storage piece down here. So this opens, I can store my blades and things in here. So they're just always accessible to me. And then up here, just slightly out of shot, you have a little area where you can store all of your pens, or like this little piece, I can store that in here. So it's just a really well thought out machine too. Again, I have linked in the video description, I've linked the silhouette if you want to know more about the silhouette. Action complete. So now I can Just feed that back out the machine. So I've linked up the silhouette, I've linked up the ScanNCut because you can use this in your ScanNCut too. I've linked up the silhouette, the Cricut. I've linked up all the different machines for you so you can hit those links and you can go and find out more. So I'm just putting off the washi tape. And of course you can reuse these pieces of foil. So I could, you know, use this piece down the bottom here. You know, don't throw them away. You can reuse all these little scraps and whatnot. Oops, I cut my tape, so I might not have a full. So don't put your tape where you're going to use your image because it won't work. There's a lesson for me. But overall, I'm just going to. So the other thing is, somebody asked me, this is a fairly new mat, so it's super sticky. How do I not get my cardstock to tear? This is what you do, is you roll your mat away from your cardstock and then your cardstock doesn't tear. So the only piece that didn't foil was where I had my washi tape because of course the heat couldn't get through the washi tape, but that's my mistake rather than the machine. But look at that, isn't that cool? So I have foiled my Hedgehog Hollow logo. How cool is that?
It looks brilliant actually.
Isn't that cool? So now I have a foiled Hedgie. Super cool. So I think that is really, really neat. So of course you can do this. You can do this with any image in the Cricut library. You can do this with any image you have. You can do it with any line art you've got. You've got the USB options. Again, I've linked those in the video description. All of the American craft signature designers, they've designed USBs that you can get. You can get big pieces of foil, small pieces of foil. You can foil on fabric, on leather, on the Cricut leather. You can foil on the chipboard, on the craft board, the poster board. So pretty much any surface you can think of, you can foil on top of it. And so you've got 3 different tips. This was the fine tip, there's a medium tip, and there's a bold tip. So you can get all sorts of different effects on there. We're going to have 2 videos. We'll have a getting started where I'm going to foil with the Cricut and the ScanNCut to show you different options. I'm just going to take this out my machine for a second and pop it in my little glass bowl. And then they say don't use it. I think it's like 3 or 4 hours continuous use. They then say let it cool down. And then I'm also going to do a more advanced one about foiling onto some other surfaces, just to give you some ideas of different things that you can do. And if you have any questions, of course, you can always leave those in the comments below. I wanted to remind you to sign up for our membership too, because of course we have all of these amazing things going on. Ellen Hudson has a lot of these foil quill things. So if you want to use that discount 10% all month long at Ellen Hudson, you can do that as a member. Our other discount expires halfway through the month, but the members one goes on all month long. Also, if you want to order your distress Oxide, you can save way more than that membership fee by ordering them through our Ranger discount, and then you get free shipping as well. We've got money off at Thermoweb, we've got money off at Pink and Main, LGRS, who else did I mention earlier? I'm trying to think. All those amazing companies that we had. But we also money off. Hedgehog Hollow's got a sale, plus members save an additional 10%. So tons and tons of things there. Early access to content, a birthday card, and of course you help support us here at Hedgehog Hollow, which we appreciate so, so much. We had new members join us during the live tonight as well. I hope you also enjoyed seeing this as well. Someone said about using pixie spray to hold the foil down. I wouldn't do that. Just because they say to use the tape and the foil needs a little bit of room to move around. Use some washi tape or something like that to hold it down too. Does this work on all Cricut machines? Yes, it does. So it works on any Cricut machine, ScanNCut, Silhouette, or the Eclipse machine. Lots and lots of things on there as well. So tons and tons of things. I hope you enjoyed seeing the foil quill in action. Don't forget the Makeup Station. Don't forget about the Tonic card making kit. $70 worth of supplies for $19.99. Link in the video description too. And next week we've got tons of things coming out. We'll also be revealing the next month's Hedgehog Hollow kit. It'll be our first illustrator kit. It's absolutely gorgeous. We were hoping to do that today, but we had to change one thing around. So that will be coming out early next week as well. We're excited to be launching that. So loads and loads of things going on. We're super excited. Join us again next week for some really exciting things. And I will see you again very, very soon. Happy stamping, everyone. Bye.